Dogs don't have to worry about stock market downturns, coronavirus, or any of that nonsense.
Oh, but people sure do.
This month, everybody and their mother got their butts kicked in the stock market. Good thing there is unlimited wealth under the ground.
Admittedly, in the case of a metal detectorist, that unlimited wealth is usually pulled one quarter or one coin at a time. Quarter is often the best case scenario. I mean, sometimes you get a New York gold nugget here. In other words, you get a ring that is made of 14K or higher, but in the most part, it's coin by coin.
You know what these are? These are seeds.
Most normal people call them coins. I mean, I kind of do too, but they're seeds for my portfolio.
Okay, these are portfolio seeds. We call them clad, and that's like a bad thing, but these are portfolio seeds.
So this series, Becoming a Millionaire Metal Detecting, answers the question, what if you take every coin, every non-historic coin that a person finds metal detecting, and you deposit it into the stock market and you invest it? What happens?
These, on the other hand, these are as bad as coronavirus. They're zinkin virus. I'm putting most of my regular pennies, like the non-zinkin type, aside too, because I want to do something with them. I want to make some art with them, we'll say.
So last year I pulled more than $1,000 in coins from the ground. And I also pulled about $30 in scrapping, and in channel revenue another $477 for a total of $1,541. And naturally, that this is year 2, we are going to try to top that. So in order to get my coin revenue, what I do is I take my coins to Coinstar, but I make sure that I get a gift certificate so that they don't take the 10% off.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so we're going to the to Coinstar now, right, Gabby?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where are we going?
Coinstar.
Oh, man, she did hear me. Okay.
And this has become the family activity. So Amazon, it's something that we could always use. I get an Amazon gift certificate. My wife takes that. I take the exact amount out of the bank account and I put it into the stock market.
This just happened and I blame the driver. I blame the driver.
Secure your container.
Oh, Lord.
You know in the flight when they tell you to secure your personal items below the seat in front of you, and items may move during flight.
Oh, Lord.
OMG, I have help at the Coinstar machine this month. Thank you, boy.
You're welcome.
The trick with this, so you don't have to pay 10%, always choose a gift card. I always choose Amazon, coins, except we are off to the races.
And just like that, there goes the clad that was pulled from the ground, or I like to call it coin pollution. I stop coin pollution. All metal detectorists stop coin pollution. And we are putting these hazardous coins back into the economy. We're heroes. But Houston, we had a problem this month.
Hate it when this happens. Wait, no, don't put more in. I think we went a little too fast, so we have to take the store prep instead. 10% off.
Okay, no one should really trust me with Coinstar because look at what has happened.
You did fine. It's okay. I didn't tell you can't go too much at one time.
Yeah, I know. Well, you don't know what's plan B next, but we're gonna find out pretty soon, so stay tuned.
Good news is we have majority of the coins here.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
$197.
We're not done yet. The first one, $30.87. So we got a robot here. So this guy's job, not to clean up spills, but to report spills. So we're going in the future. We got to think futuresque. And our total this second time around is $56.84. And I'm going to hand this over to the boss. Is that satisfactory?
$87.71.
Yeah, the total was $87.71. So the Coinstar machine got jammed, of course. It should have been closer. Don't you hate that? Don't press off yet. Wait. The Coinstar machine got jammed. It should have been 92, but you know, you live, you learn. Sometimes Coinstar machines get jammed. That's how I feel.
I feel that too.
Yeah. So we are going to add that amount to our spreadsheet, and that brings us to a total of $207.56 for the year. But there's more that we have to add. We did a little bit of scrapping this month. Let's see what we get from that.
Okay.
Okay. She agrees. All right, so each year the game plan is to get a little bit smarter. That's challenging sometimes. But last time I was absolutely ripped off with scrapping, so we're going to try something new this time. I got the power! Yeah, so the game plan is for each part, let's prove that it is copper. This is what I have to scrap this month. Let's make sure that they understand this is copper. Oh, and the other thing is, once a business does you wrong, do not go back. We're finding a new scrapyard. You know, this process has actually saved a few pieces from the from scrapping. Look at this. Look at the details on that. Now we're going to keep that. Yeah, I got some interesting scrap here. Probably not going to keep all of it, but that's going to go in the keeper pile. All right, so each one of these has been put through my drill, and we're not getting ripped off this time.
He did get ripped off.
Well, this place ripped me off almost as bad, I think. Man, I gotta go with somebody who knows this. $6.50 I got this time. So, I don't know. Maybe that's the weight. So, we're gonna call that a partial loss. But you know what? Still, we picked that stuff up for free, and we got $6.50 out of it. Let's put that in the spreadsheet. So that brings us to...
Yeah, I don't know.
$6.50.
Oh.
$214.06 so far this year.
And if you don't know what a beach god is...
She was the beach god in the last video.
And if you don't know it, just watch it.
You heard it right there.
Well, it turns out amongst the Coinstar rejects, there was a silver lining. It is a 1944 war nickel in pretty good shape. So, thank you, Coinstar.
All right, so let's take a deep dive into my channel's analytics to see how it's growing and how much income was pulled in this month. Okay, so for the month of February so far, it was a really good month. Revenue-wise, $168.40 on almost 36,000 views. Most of this revenue came from Super Chats, so I have a big thank you to send out tonight, so thank you. Up 212 subscribers, that's a little bit down, but it's the off months of the year, so... for detecting at least, so we'll try to pick that up next month. So we're going to put 168.40 into our spreadsheet, And that brings our new total for the year to $382.46. And I have more than doubled January in February. So very happy about that. So this means that $262.61 I'm going to take and I'm going to put into my investment account. And that is going to be invested in stocks. So now let's do the hard part, account performance. As you can see, this was going very nicely for a while and even peaking above $5,000 for the first time ever. But then this week hit, and believe me, I have other retirement accounts, and those got hit much harder. But still, to see this go from $5,200 down to about $4,500, that's a bit heartbreaking. But again, we're thinking long term. We are thinking seeds. Every coin that I find is a seed, and we are just using it to accumulate stock, and going to stay positive with it. So here's the contents of my portfolio. I'm starting to split it up, and what I really am regretting not buying more is the S&P 500, because if there is a game plan to get to $1 million, it requires 10% back each year. I did the math on it, and if you put in $2,000 per year, and you get a 10% return, over 40 years, you will get very close to $1 million. I'm actually putting a link in the video description so that you can see my math on this. 40 years, 10% giving, $2,000 per year, 10% on that. That gets you very close to $1 million. And, as you can see, I'm in the negative again, and it wasn't the case until this week. I'm not getting that 10%, so I have to do better. So what I'm trying not to do is panic. I don't want to sell any of these positions. And what I've been accumulating is marijuana stocks. I think you have to have patience when you get in on the ground floor of something. If you look at Amazon.com, it was right at the time when I started getting interested in the stock market. It was the late 90s, and I remember that going to the moon, then going back down to about $2, and nobody wanted it then. But there were people that accumulated that, and, I'm buying a few different marijuana companies, and I'm also trying to hedge my bets with this spider, the S&P 500. And I have to diversify further because there's no such thing as a sure thing. What I would eventually like to do is to get into real estate. February was a really good month personally for me because I got to travel with my family, and it was really, really awesome. We did Airbnb for the first time. We went down with the kids, we went down with the in-laws, and we rented a house, Airbnb. And it cost about $2,000 for the week. It was very nice. It was probably the most luxurious place that I've ever stayed. And we had like a pool to ourselves. We had like an entire house to ourselves. It was really nice. It also got me thinking about investments. And I've been reading a book. It's called Rich Dad's Guide to Investing. And you could tell that this was written by a teacher. His dad was actually a teacher, but it's artistry the way that it was put together. And there's a free version of it on YouTube, actually. You could listen to the whole thing, so I'll put that up as a hyperlink up here. It's worth listening to, especially if you have a long commute to work like me. Long story short, I'll summarize. There is a need for income. And, look, I'm not uncomfortable. Let's put it that way. But in terms of getting to the point where I can metal detect as much as I want, which is where I would very much like to go, we got to increase that income. How do you do that? The easiest, simplest way is through renting out apartments, becoming a landlord. And that's something that you don't really get back unless if you have like really high dividend paying stocks. So I think eventually what I would like to do is to go into real estate and to purchase. I'm hoping that the coins that I find metal detecting will start to get me there. I've done a lousy job so far with the investing, but again, it's not an instant thing, and I have a belief that what I'm invested in right now is actually a pretty good mix. It needs time and it needs patience. I'm hoping to get there. The other exciting news that happened this month was I became a Kellyco affiliate. So that means that there's going to be links to the tools that I use in my metal detecting, and anytime somebody clicks on that and purchases a product from Kellyco, I get a cut in that. So that's something else that is going to be enable me to earn a little bit more from metal detecting. So great opportunity.
Yeah, so I saw your comments last month about doing the counting incorrectly, and you are absolutely correct with that. I didn't quite have time this month to to sort all of the gold stuff out, so we're going to leave that for next month. But let's go through the most exciting find that I found this month. I'm up to 11 and a half rings on the year, and you know how I feel about rings. But the most exciting find that I found this month actually is this, and it is a work of art. So the person who made this, his name is Pierre Smed. Look at this. Let me zoom in, and it says Sterling Pierre Smed, and I still can't make out that word. Now, Pierre Smed was a very famous silversmith, and if you Google him and you look at the prices for his work, for something that is even smaller than this, it is upwards of $2,000. So this one, although it's beautiful, and I'm probably going to wind up selling it. I'm just looking for the right way to do that. Any suggestions that you have would be greatly appreciated, but I'm thinking auction houses, so perhaps, like a Sotheby's or something like that, if they would take something like this on.
So the number one reason that I metal detect is for what it does for me here. It is my yoga. It is my happy time. And anything that I find is a bonus too. It's one of the few hobbies that you actually can make a profit on. And it's a thrill when you find a true treasure like I did with that silver brooch. And, you never know. Your next signal, it could be a zinkin. It could be a coronavirus cap, corona bottle cap. Or it could be a true treasure. And that's what keeps it exciting. And, I love it. If you're watching this video, chances are you do too. But that's my update for this month, and I'm going to keep you posted. This is a very honest series, and it's exactly where I'm at. I've put money in. I've done a pretty crappy job of getting profits on that. But again, you can't expect it to happen right away. And I'm thinking of it like planting seeds, and not all those seeds are going to grow. Some of them are going to grow. And I'm committed to the process. We'll see where it goes. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. This is going to be a long but fun journey. And I thank you for watching.